Hello. So we're gonna try this again for the second time because I just deleted one recording. I don't even know why I feel the need to tell you guys that, but I feel like one thing I need to work on is saying you know what I mean because I say you know what I mean so much and it's definitely a filler. So I feel like in order for me to clock myself, I need to talk a little bit slower. If you know, I'm a comms major, and if you didn't, now you know. I'm a comms major, and people always ask you, what are you gonna do with that? Bitch, I don't fucking know. I haven't decided yet because there's so many different things that you can do with communications. I just don't fucking know. But now I do. That's why I'm so excited. I feel like when you figure out what you want to do, there's this like invisible like joy that comes out of nowhere, and like the whole world could be up in flames, but you're just like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I'm happy right now because I found out what I want to do. And what I want to do is be a journalist. I have been watching a lot of podcast videos, and the vibe of like a podcast or like an interviewer, a host, and a guest, I just like the vibe. I love the intimacy. I love the back and forth. I especially love it when like a guest comes on the show or whatever, and they're very like back and forth. Like the guest doesn't shy away from asking questions about the host because that also lets us get to know the host a lot better because you don't want to have a guest on your show and then you're talking about yourself. I really can't stand when I'm watching like a podcast or like an interview type of thing, and the interviewer, the host, won't shut the fuck up long enough for us to know what the guest is trying to fucking say. Can you shh, please? So yeah, now I know what I want to do. I want to be a journalist, and there are different types of journalists. I had this conversation with ChatGPT today. I'm like, girl, what can I do with journalism? What type of journalists are there? And I think my top two is an opinionated journalist. So basically, someone who just talks about their opinions about shit. And then there's like an entertainment journalist who talks about like famous things going on or like famous people. But I don't really want to talk about famous people. If I feel the intuitive like hunch to talk about someone or like make an opinion on a certain relationship like DDG and Holly Bailey, then yeah, for sure I will. But I don't want to focus on famous people because that's not my life. I want to like also do lifestyle like journalism. Like, bitch, I want to talk about my life. I want to talk about myself because humans like to talk about themselves. And I feel like when I use this to talk about myself, it pulls me away from wanting to talk about myself or feeling the need to talk about myself when I'm talking to someone else because I feel like I have somewhere else for that energy to go so I could really like hone in and focus on the other person in front of me. So I'm super excited about that. I even have like a podcast or like just like a name that I could use for whatever I want to do. And I'm not going to tell you guys yet because I need to marinate. I needed to marinate. And I also didn't even want to tell you guys like, oh, I found what I want to do because there are some devils in this world. I used to be someone who believed shit was sweet, but shit ain't always sweet down here. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really like, So I was like, I'm not gonna tell people because I feel like sometimes when I say certain things, it literally does not manifest anymore. But I feel like that's also giving power to like negative energy. And I really think we as humans need to stop giving so much power to negativity and give more faith to love. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Even though that's the same fucking thing as you know what I mean. I think we give so much power to like hate and negativity and people scaring us from like putting our positive, oh my God, you'll never believe what just happened to me, like energy out there because of their negative vibrations. And I don't really think we should let that happen. Like, bitch, you got a new job? Let me know because I'm not going to spill negativity into your shit. Okay. And I feel like that also helps me when you find something you're passionate about. Because when you have your own passions, when you have something that you love to do, bitch, you don't give a fuck what's going on out there because you have something that fulfills you and makes you happy. And that's another thing when it comes to finding your purpose and finding a hobby, something that you love to do, is because when you're in a relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, you don't have to rely on someone else to bring you happiness. You know where you can go to feel like yourself again. You know where you can go to find happiness. So me just like searching for purpose and trying to figure out what makes me happy is definitely because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm relying on others for my own happiness. I don't want anyone to control my happiness but me. Like, bitch, you're sad. Maybe you need to make a video. Maybe you need to go to the gym. Not, oh, maybe I need to text my man so he can make me happy. Absolutely not, because your man is going to get bored. Your man has a hobby for himself. So it's just stuff like that. And I really feel like authenticity is love. Like when you're authentic, you're loving. Like I was just really happy today when I was in class because I'm like, oh my God, I figured it out. And all these ideas were like popping in. And I just felt this like feeling of like authenticity and love. And like usually when I'm walking, sometimes I'm like staring at people in the face and like I have my glasses on, I'm trying to see if they're like staring at me. But today I'm like, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you stare at me. I got a video to go make and I just love that energy. There is a specific topic that I've been actually wanting to talk about for the longest, but I feel like every time I muster the energy to, or muster the confidence and the I don't give a fuckness to speak on it, it happens to someone else. And this is about pregnancy. I feel like everyone's getting pregnant and I don't know why I care so much or why like it irks me, but I'm just like, girl, you are 24. You're 24. Have you lived? Have you gone to therapy? And then another thing is, I feel like women were all like, oh, yeah, pro abortion. Don't get me wrong. I'm for the girls, okay? Pro abortion 100%. Your body, your rights. Do what the fuck you want to do with it. But I also feel like, why aren't y'all taking it now while you can? And I hope you always can. But why aren't you taking advantage of it? Y'all want pro abortion. Who is having the abortions? Because I feel like none of y'all are having them. I don't know. And here's the thing, I feel like I strayed away from talking about it because it's different when it's happening to people you know. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want people to be offended. But that's another thing that comes with journalism. Niggas will not like what the fuck you have to say. People will not like your opinions. They will not like your hot takes. And I have a lot of opinions. I have a lot of hot takes, and I like to share them. I also feel like, though, the right people though will come to me. Obviously, like if you see how I feel about certain situations, certain topics, you'll know, oh, I can't come around him because we don't believe the same thing. And I don't even think that's necessarily true. I feel like a lot of us can agree to disagree on certain topics, but if you feel like you feel so strongly about something and I don't share in your beliefs, it lets you know that, oh, I can't come around you, or like it's only going to be very cordial because we don't share the same beliefs. And that's okay because the people who want to come to me for my beliefs and how I approach certain things, they will come. So I just feel like one day I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't want to offend people. I don't want to sound ignorant. I don't want to sound stupid, but you have to do it anyway. That's my mantra, by the way. So like, I'm always telling myself, like, even if I have negative thoughts on why I don't want to do something, it's like, bitch, do that shit anyway. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, you have to be okay with being hated. You have to be okay with sounding stupid. You have to be okay with looking stupid, looking ignorant. You just have to be okay with the negative that comes with it because I feel like the positive outweighs it. And I think it's just meant for me, although I'm like super fucking scared to like share what I think. I'm just like, but I feel like I'm good at it. I'm here for it. So why not do it? But yeah, I just feel like everybody's having a kid and it's crazy. And I have to ask myself, like, okay, am I jealous of them? Am I like, what is it? Why do I care so much? But I just feel like, as a very unserious person, even though sometimes I can get riled up in the seriousness of life, I think having a child is so fucking serious. I think that's the most like serious thing you could do is have a fucking kid. That is next level. That is no fucking joke. You can give me 300,000 right now and the last thing that I'm going to do is have a fucking kid, bitch. I'm going to travel. I'm going to enjoy life. Y'all haven't seen life and y'all are having kid. Y'all on your third kid at 24? I mean, and here's the thing, I don't want to come off as judgmental, judging your life, like, do you, boo? But outside looking in as a 24-year-old, I'm like, I could never. There's sometimes where I'm having a hard day and I'm like feeling some type of way about something. And I have to like remind myself that I don't have a child. Like, imagine if you had a child right now and you're going through this. Oh my God. I think another reason why it happens is like when people stay in their hometown and they're doing the same thing over and over again, shit gets boring fast. You're doing the same thing, hanging out with the same people. Your view on life is very like limited. Like you can know the world is huge, but the world you're in is small, and you get so bored. It's like, okay, what's next? I might as well get a girlfriend and then get her pregnant. Like, hello. are you even sure this is someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with? And another thing is niggas are crazy, okay? I don't think women fully understand. I'm just now really niggas are insane. You be thinking, oh, women be trapping men. Men also be trapping women. And then they use them for their little sneaky vendettas. Like a lot of y'all are getting pregnant by gay men. A lot of y'all are getting married by gay men. That nigga does not love you. And I'm sure there's some that do. I'm not talking about everyone, but there are some men who are using you as their cover up story. As someone who used to be in the closet and used to pretend to like girls and have a crush on girls. No, girl, I didn't have a crush on her. I just liked her as a person. I wanted her to be my friend, so I faked a crush. A lot of men don't like y'all. And even the ones that aren't really like, let's say, like secretly gay and just marrying you for like their cover up, a lot of them have more of an emotional connection to men but have a sexual attraction to you. So like you're just there for like company and sex. You're not there for like real intimacy. They don't really want to talk to you. And I know it's hard. You're gonna hear this and be like, how do you know? But I mean, it's happening every day. DDG and Holly, Cardi B and Offset getting women pregnant because of you see their power or you see what they can do for you, what you can get out of them, and then you leave them or you cheat on them. It's in fucking insane. Have you tried therapy? Before you're out here having kids, have you tried therapy? I was having a conversation with someone and they were basically trying to convince me that 100K a year wasn't a lot, and they almost had me. They almost had me. One thing about me though, like in person conversations, you can definitely change my view on shit. Like you can manipulate me in person, but when I get by myself, I might not even continue thinking about the conversation. I might be cooking randomly and then it'll just come to me like, okay, but they're fucking stupid. That was wrong. Like they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. And so the person was telling me like, oh, 100K a year isn't a lot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see that. So after the conversation, I'm thinking like, damn, what am I gonna do? Like I really have to do something that makes me more than 100K a year if I need to live this like fancy lifestyle. And the life that I want to live isn't crazy fancy. It's just comfortable. Like I want to buy what I want to buy. I want to go where I want to go. I want to eat what I want to eat. And I don't have to worry about whether or not I have the funds for it. I just want to be able to do. And after like the conversation, I started thinking to myself, I'm like, wait, no, that is a heterosexual giving a homosexual advice. We live two separate lives. Okay. You have a basketball team you need to take care of. Like you literally have a sports team. It's just me. 100K a year is about $7,000 to $8,000 a month. I can live off that pretty well, truthfully. And it also depends on like how good you are with money. I think I do suck with money, but I feel like 8,000 a month, I could I could live pretty nice with 8,000 a month. Just me. I don't have a family. So sometimes when you're comparing yourself, you have to a lot of things play into factor. Are you gay? Are you straight? Do you want a family? Do you want kids? I want those things, but I don't want them right now. And thank you to God, I won't have to worry about those things until I'm ready. I don't have to worry about getting a woman pregnant. Did y'all just all of a sudden stop using condoms? I feel like y'all just literally just said, fuck condoms. I think y'all need to start using them again. Strap up, maybe double strap, because it's crazy. And here's the thing, I get it. Kids are a blessing. I feel like if I had a friend who was pregnant, like a close friend, I'd be pissed. I'd probably say, fuck that kid. Like I'll drive you to kill it. That sounds crazy. And see, this is why I have to be like, because I it's just I'm gonna keep it real though. Like sometimes it's gonna be a joke, but like I'll drive you to the clinic to go handle business. But at the same time, like if you want to have the kid, like I guess, and then by the time the kid comes, obviously I'm gonna be in love with the kid. But like in the meantime, I'm gonna ask you, are you sure this is something you want to do? And I'm not just asking because now my drinking buddy is like non-existent for a little bit, but it's like now you have to get a babysitter every time you go out. Now you have to worry about someone else. You can't just have fun anymore. Like when you have a kid, you can't just be about you. You have to be about you and someone else. And I think when people think about babies, they're just like, oh, small and squishy, their cheeks. Yeah, that doesn't last very long. They turn into toddlers, then they turn into preteens, then they turn into full teens, young adults. Please, I'm not saying that we shouldn't reproduce, because I think if we weren't supposed to reproduce, we wouldn't be able to do it. Have kids. But let's like check at least 80% of those boxes. Go to therapy, have the funds. Don't be living with your parents and then having a kid. Like it's just uh, and I think maybe it's also because I'm gay, so I see certain lifestyles in a different light. But yeah, let's please be more aware, because I think people are just out here doing shit. I think it's like a trend. Oh, like my girlfriend is having, or like my girlfriend, basically like my girl who's a friend is having a baby. Like I can get pregnant and have a kid too. If they're doing it, why can't I do it? Or my homie is having a kid, now I want to have a kid. That's insane. And I don't want to sit here and say it's not okay, because who am I to say if it's okay or not? But like, let's really let's really be sure, you know? Like, I just feel like, yeah, we're fighting for abortion laws, but no one's having the abortions. I think we should take advantage of them. I'm just being honest, either, even if I don't say it, I'm gonna think it. So yeah, um, it, I got on social media and I'm just like, another old friend is having a child, and I'm just like, sir, you're still a child, because I used to kick it with you. I'm still a child. Like it's just and I don't want to project, because I feel like I'm projecting. It's like you don't know who they are anymore. Like you guys haven't been friends in so long. How the fuck do you know who they are? It's just like maybe I'm projecting. Let me stop projecting. And at the same time, it's also kind of like congratulations. Like I feel this way, but like congratulations. Like I'm happy for you. Like I am, but I'm also questioning you. Like I'm happy for you, but I'm questioning what the fuck are you doing right now? Like, are you bored? Do you need to leave your comfort zone? Because a child is not a joke. It's crazy. Like my mom had me at a like decent age, and I'm still thinking like if I was her age and I had me, hell no, hell fucking no, no. So you know, congratulations on like beating teen pregnancy, but like 24, 30, I think is like chef's kiss. Like 28, 30, 32, like great times to have a kid. I just, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of old, because like I want to be young and still kick it with my kids. Like I want to be able to turn up when my kids are like 21 and like not keep at their pace, but like be able to vibe with them like at a certain age. But I feel like you're 30 and you have a kid, or even 31, 32 and you have a kid, you'll be like 55 and they'll be 21. Like I think it's totally fine, and a lot of people, a lot of adults they talk about like how life didn't really start for them until they were like in their 50s. Like they really didn't enjoy life. They thought like, oh, their 20s was great, their 30s was great, their 40s was great, and then they turn 50 and like, oh no, this is life. So just my opinion, just saying how I feel. Try not to get offended. I mean, you can get offended. It's not my responsibility to cater to other people's needs, but I don't want to come off as like ignorant, judgmental, like lack of empathy, But it's just, please, let's start strapping up, unless like you want to have a kid at 24, fine, 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 I guess. But yeah, that's just all I have for you guys right now. uh I think when it happened, I felt so like many different feelings. I didn't know how to express it. I'm like, let me journal about it. And I'm like, no, let me make a TikTok. So I made like a little TikTok about it. But I also wanted to like share it on like a bigger platform. I don't know, just like why not? I guess I think that's something I need to remember to do, instead of trying to downplay it. And I'm like, oh, but it's only going to be like a 2 minute video. Let me just post it on TikTok because it's only 2 minutes. I feel like I should be okay with just posting it on YouTube, even if it's just like a 2 minute little like chit chat, letting you guys know, oh, this is what I'm thinking about today. This is my opinion on this. This is my hot take. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy that I'm figuring out what I want to do with myself, because I think when you figure it out, you can focus all your energy on one thing. It's not like all over the place. And I'm just glad that I'm like, okay, this is something that I want to do. This is something I can do. I can focus on it and not worry about anything else that's going on. Like doctors, when they're becoming doctors, they're only focusing on becoming a doctor. Dentists, same thing. Lawyers, same thing. So like I want to do something and I feel like I can put all my psychic energy into that. So yeah, let me stop rambling. Shut the fuck up. When I was about to make this video, I came home from school because I literally just came home from school, and my roommate saw me bringing this into my room, and I was thinking like, damn, he's probably gonna be like, what the fuck is he doing with that? But again, I felt so good today that I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, I'm about to go make this video, use my spatula, make it funny, make it cute, whatever. I didn't care. It's also crazy because I was in school and I'm thinking about like this. Like like the teacher yesterday, especially like the teacher was talking, and I was just having all these great ideas, all these like opinions, all these thoughts, and I just felt like what was happening in my head was a lot realer than like what was going on right in front of me. Like the teacher was talking, I'm just like, girl, please stop talking. Like obviously you're doing your job, so don't stop talking. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I'm not listening. Like I'm really trying, but like something in here is, and I always tell myself, I'm like, the timing is just so off. The timing is just so off because why is it happening in class? Like I was taking an exam today and I'm just like thinking about podcast videos, and I'm just thinking about like what I'm gonna say on camera and like the ideas and what I'm gonna call the name. And I'm so excited. But yeah, just like, bitch, why now? Like, why are you coming to me now? It's just crazy because I'm just like in class and I'm just smiling because I'm having like all these like great video ideas in my mind, like things to talk about. And I'm just like smiling. I'm like, stop. Like, I have to tell myself to like bring it down because you don't want people to like look at you like you're crazy. But that's the type of happiness that like I want, like the happiness that people be like, bitch, I'm just so fucking high right now. I'm high off life. So yeah, girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.